everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. Today's topic is he a grown man or a grown boy? A grown man or a grown boy? You know there's a difference, ladies. All right. Before we get started, I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all the new viewers, the new subscribers, and welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. Now I have a letter. Let's dive right into this letter and talk about this issue. All right, here we go. I have watched your videos since the beginning. Thank you. Thank you. I am really drawn to you and your message because it's so drastically different from the nurturing I received when I was growing up. My mother has always been emotional. My grandmother, and I believe she's bipolar. But we don't dare speak that around her. My dad was non-existent in my home. My grandmother and mother raised me while each worked. All right. I was the only child for 10 years until my mother had my sister. By that time, I was so accustomed to being gaslit and verbally bullied that I just took it. Okay, now hold on a minute. So it was your mother who you suffered from bipolar, you say? And so she was verbally abusive to you growing up. All right. And yeah, I guess so for 10 years. If you were abused verbally and maybe some physically, who knows? For 10 years, yeah, you were beat down pretty good. I just took it. At the time, I had no option because I was an obedient child and scared of my mother's reactions. To escape, I would daydream about when I'm grown and how I would have nothing to do with her. Well, you know what? When I was growing up, I used to have these kind of dreams too. I couldn't wait until I was old enough to get out of that house growing up. And that's kind of a bad situation for a child to be in, because your childhood years are the years you should be happy, should be your enjoyable learning years, loving in your family and all of that. But if you were unfortunate to be born in a family that is not loving, your childhood is tainted. It really is. Okay, here we go. Fast forward to today. Having just watched Ladies, You Are the Prize. That was my video the other day. And remember, you are the prize. I wish my mother spoke like that when I was young. Well, you know what? I wish my mother spoke like that when I was young too. I had to learn these things the hard way. You understand? The things that I shared with you on this channel, I have lived it. So, it's different when you have life experience from people who just spout to you information that they read in a book. Understand? I have lived and survived this, so I understand. I wish my mother spoke this when I was young. Those pearls are something I have to remind myself of at my age. The question I have to ask, why do these low vibrational, silly, phony acting men come up to me when I'm at work or minding my business? All right. Okay. Now let's look at this. You didn't tell me yet. Maybe I haven't gotten that far, how old you were. But do you know how many women write me and say that men don't approach them at all? And you write the letter and you got a problem because these silly men are approaching you all the time. Okay, let's look at it. Whatever is in your environment, you are attracting it, and you need to understand that. If these silly men are coming up to you, it's something about you that is attracting it. If it's not your appearance, then it's your aura that is attracting these sorts of men. And you could be attracting these men because, well, it has a lot to do with the way that you were raised, and if there were any men around at all. If you had no role model, well then, you understand, you're just going to attract whatever is out there. And I talk like that because that's what happened to me. See, my dad was present, but really not present in the home because he did travel a lot and that kind of thing. And I didn't want a man like my dad, period. So when I was young, I would attract a lot of men totally opposite from my dad. And that was the worst ever. That was the worst, because I was still attracting low vibrational people. Low vibrational people. But it was coming out of me. It's no way you can get around it. It's coming out of you, what you are attracting in your life. So if you find yourself attracting these sort of men, just reject them and continue to work on yourself. All right? Raising your vibration. So you're going to get some silly men anyway, but you will get a better quality man on top of that for you to choose from. Okay? You understand? All right. Sometimes it is as if they have no impulse control. It can be quite scary. Well, we're talking about these low vibrational men. Yeah, they have nothing to lose. So they can put out there whatever they want to put out there. They have nothing to offer you. They have nothing to lose. That's why they act like that. Now, you run across a quality man. He's not going to do that because he's got more to lose by making the wrong decisions. You understand? And that's the kind of man you want. A man who uses more scrutiny. You know? He's not going to be hollering at every woman that passes by and, doing these wolf calls or whatever they do. A quality man is not going to do that. All right? And you don't want to attract these silly men. Work on yourself and you'll put out a different aura that these men won't pay you any attention because you'll be too intimidating to them. But you'll need to work on yourself to get to that point. You understand? And you will attract a better quality man. Now, you won't have men flocking to you when you've reached that level because it's the silly men who flock. But a quality man will take his time and pursue you. And that's what you want. You understand? Okay. All right, let's see what else you say here. That they're so disrespectful, it's embarrassing. I thought for a quite long time it was because of the geographic region I was in. Could be. I'm from an urban area where there are a lot of single mothers. Oh, I live alone. Because I'm by myself most of the time, I get approached by men that pretend to be nice guys. I can see that act from a mile away because the guys are so kind. It comes off fake. Well, it probably is because they're coming to see what you got that they can use or get. You know, that's why and it's good that you can read them. That means that you have been working on yourself if you can read it. All right? That's a good thing. But don't settle. I don't care what kind of area you're in or what. Never settle. But don't hesitate to ask the divine source to send you what you desire. It may take some time. And you don't have to go looking for him. He'll find you. Okay? But you have faith. You know who you are. You continue to work on yourself. And you can have what you desire. All right, let's go on with this. You keep talking about the men. Also, the men are always nice while I'm at work. I didn't date a real grown-up man until I was 41. He was down to earth and seemed normal. He talked the talk and walked the walk about building a legacy for his kids. The issue was he had 5 kids and had been married 3 times, and he wanted more kids. I hope you ran away from him. I hope you ran. You know, this man is talking crazy. You can't build no legacy by going around just having a bunch of babies with a bunch of baby mamas and all that kind of nonsense. No. I couldn't entertain him because that was a lot. That was crazy. That's what it was. I'm glad that you didn't entertain that. Sometimes I think that would be the last grown man I'll meet because he was so decent and respectful. He set a precedent. Okay, well, wait a minute. Okay, all right. Okay, so this man, in your eyes, is a grown man. He was a grown man. But he wasn't a decent man. You said he was decent, but he had 5 kids and had been married 3 times. I don't see how he can be a president for anything. Now, he may be better than any of the other men that you had before. Okay, so at least maybe he was a step up. But you can do better than that. You can do way better than a man who's been married 3 times. You know, women will usually stay with a man if he's good to them and if he's a good provider. The woman usually will stay. The woman won't stay with the man if he's not a good provider, if he's abusive, if he's a liar, which means he's cheating. You see? So he's been through it 3 times. You see? And all 3 couldn't have been the women were the problem. If that's it, then you don't need to be with him because he doesn't make good choices. Okay? Whatever the issue is, this is not what you want. A man who's been married these many times. No. No. And again, you said when you were 41. So you still didn't say how old you were now. But whatever age you are now, there is a man available who is looking for a nice woman like you. How do you meet him though? Where is he? You know? Number 1, you go inside yourself. Continue to work on yourself. Continue to find things that make you happy in life. Forget about once you ask for them, of course, you want to, in meditation, you want to go in and ask. Ask for this person in your life, for this companion. I'm going to tell you, this thing works. Ask for this companion. And then forget about it. Forget about it. And just go on with your life, but be happy and be positive and continue to raise your vibrational frequency. All right? And before you know it, somebody out of the blue, when you least expect it, when you have forgotten about it, will pop up and approach you. All right? It happens like that. I remember when I was in my 40s, you know, I decided I would like to get married again. I had already been married, but it didn't work. But I said, you know, 40, maybe I would like to get married again. And it didn't take no time because it was a bad marriage. It was a bad decision. I didn't take my time or anything. And I wasn't spiritual. But I was married in no time. The man just showed up. You know, we dated a while. He fell on his knees with a ring. You understand? These things can happen just like that. But you got to be smart about it. Okay. I wasn't smart about it. I'd asked for it. It came. I took it. Right? But when these things come, look at it carefully and make sure this is exactly what you desire. Because if you don't make your desire clear, then you just get somebody who wants to be with you. You understand? He may not meet your requirements. This is why you got to use your own judgment whenever these opportunities come to you. All right? But this guy right here, he's no prize. From what I see. All right, let's see. You say don't mention your name. I never mention anybody's names with these letters because that's irrelevant. You know, we're not trying to call people out. What we're trying to do is be a help, as a matter of fact. But for you, whatever type of mate you desire, you got to believe that you could have that without jumping on the online sites, looking for him and finding him yourself, going out to the bars looking for somebody, you know, wherever you go, you're looking for some, That's not when you're going to meet the right one for you. The right one for you is going to come out of nowhere and approach you, but, you know, you may reject him. He may be perfect for you. You see? But he's not the only perfect one for you. This is what I believe. He's not the only perfect one. You understand? Because for me, you know, I have men approaching me, and some of them seem nice. And the ones who are nice are usually snakes in the grass. They just snakes. The ones who come off too nice and too everything, watch out for them. But then the others, you know, they're nice, but, you know, they don't meet my requirement. So I pass them by. You see? I would rather be happy by myself than to settle. And this is what I call settling. If he doesn't meet your requirement, and then you just take him to keep from being alone, that's what settling is. Don't settle. Don't ever settle. And know what you want. Don't just say, I want a man. You know, I get letters. I'm looking for, this is what they say. I'm looking for an attractive, successful man who wants a long-term relationship. How will you meet that man? You believe that you will. You ask the divine for it, and then you believe that you will. That he will appear. And he will. But you have to work on yourself. Because whatever you ask for, it's given. But you have to meet it in vibration. All right? You have to meet it. So if it's not in your reality yet, then you know you need to work on yourself a little bit more. Raising your vibration. And it's easy to raise your vibration. Go outside in nature. Have yourself a good time. Fill your home with laughter and joy and that kind of thing. That raises your vibration. Simple things. But you need to be talking positive, thinking positive, and being positive at all times. And you can have your desire. All right? Now, I hope that you understood the message today. There's a difference between a grown man and a grown boy. You know, they could be the same age, but a grown man handles his responsibilities. His responsibilities. And he is not just loosey-goosey around with everybody because he's got too much to lose. That's a grown man. A grown boy is still playing games like he did when he was 19. He's just older. You see? He's not responsible. And he's the one who will go around and have babies with everybody. Have 2 or 3 baby mamas. Or be married a number of times. You see? You got to watch out for these people. Know the difference. And you don't want to run into a narcissist, because a narcissist could be married many times because he needs supply. That's all it is. Ladies, you got to love yourself first and be protected against this kind of negativity and toxicity. Now, those of you who have questions that you would like for me to answer, my email address is in the description. And also, if you're looking for today's affirmation, also in the description. I want to thank you so much for your comments and your letters, and a very special thank you to those that leave a donation. I really appreciate all of you. I wish you all the very best, and I really hope to see you next time.